Saquon signs, again, the 1 year, so it's the same, I guess, amount of years that the franchise tag would be. It's $1 million above. The franchise tag was set to pay him like 10.1 or something like that.
Yeah.
So now it'll be 11, so it's about $1 million more. I mean, good for him. Here's, again, yet another cautionary tale for running backs to be very careful in negotiations and think about what the offer that you're getting is. So Saquon was offered, I think it was either 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Or, I'm sorry, 3 or 4 years for $12 million a year. So it was more long-term and more money on a yearly basis by the Giants before the deadline, of course, where he is then franchise tagged or allowed to negotiate the one singular year, right? Le'Veon Bell did the same thing, said, I can go get more money here. He sat out, then has to take less money, was never the same, out of the league. Like, it's not a guarantee that if you sit out or if you try to negotiate and, they said $12 million, I'm thinking more like 15. It's like, dude, you're... Like, it's first of all, it's $1 or $2 million. And I know that's very easy for me to say who's never been offered $10 or $12 million, right? But at the end of the day, you have to look out. If you're going to preach about long-term security this, long-term security that, like, you had the long-term security option there. Now you're going to settle for a 1-year deal at less annual value. Like, it doesn't make, like, be very careful. That first or second offer that you're getting from that team might be the best offer you're going to get. It was for Le'Veon Bell, right? And now it is for Saquon Barkley. And be very careful about this whole, like, I'll sit out if I have to. What'd it get you? $1 million. No stability. Well, you could have 4 years of stability, $12 million a year, go out and be a baller. You know where you're living. You know where you're playing. There's security. There's assurance. There's certainty. There's cost certainty in there. Like, there are plenty of benefits to taking that initial 4-year, whatever $1 million, 12 a year deal and being secure, as opposed to, I'll take 15, but for less guaranteed money and this and that. It's like, you're not always going to get things your way. It's called a negotiation for a reason. And I think that offer that he got from the Giants was going to be the best offer that he'll ever get. And I do think he's going to end up regretting it.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is, like, you complained and then staged this whole thing, and all these running backs lost their minds just for you to get $1 million for 1 year. Like, it just seems like, the ends don't justify the means in this. Like, at least get, if you're going to, like, stage this whole thing, you better be damn sure you're going to get way more value than you were under the franchise tag. Getting an extra $1 million, like you said before we started, that's taxes. Like, at the end of the day, like, you're pretty much just making $10 million again.
Yeah. Now, again, you could say, 10, he'd be making 9. Okay, fine. It's $1 million.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that I would not be like, oh my God, it's $1 million. Trust me, if somebody came in with $1 million, I'd be like, dude, I'll take it. I don't care what I have to do. But when you've already made like 40 and you have another 10 or 9 or 11 coming, like, what's the difference in that? You know what I mean?
And then you have to look into, from the Giants' perspective, is he worth, I understand he's a great running back, but is he worth shelling out a ton of money for? And I think they're showing us that they're thinking no. I mean, we know how up and down the position of running back can be, especially even if you have a guy that is fantastic, top of the league, very good, performing above expectations for 2, 3, 4 seasons. And then what happens? They quickly drop off.
Show me the second running back contract that contributes to winning in the NFL. Please show me the contract. You could say Christian McCaffrey hasn't won squat, and that was also signed by a bad organization. Let's throw that out there in Carolina.
And then you can look at the Zeke contract, too, which was really bad.
Derrick Henry, I'm sure he's wildly productive. I'm sure they love him in the building. What have they won with him? Nothing. Let me help you out. Nothing. Like, we have time. This is kind of like one of those segments where we can kind of freelance a little bit. Let's go like last 15 Super Bowl champions, right? I think that makes sense. Let's go last 10 because the league has changed a lot in 10 years. We usually use 10 as like kind of our benchmark.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid number.
Last 10 Super Bowl champions right there. Pops up. Okay, let's see here. NFL history, Super Bowl winners. Now, this is going to give them all to me, but that's fine. So, 2013 was Baltimore. Can you name their running back?
No.
It was Joe Flacco. Jacoby Jones was the wide receiver. Who was carrying the football? I don't know. Seattle with Marshawn Lynch. Now, that's one that kind of makes sense a little bit. But also, that was very defensively driven. Russell Wilson was fantastic. And who did the Seahawks end up picking? in terms of Russ or Marshawn? Russ.
Russ.
Had to work out pretty well. Okay, New England never paid a running back anything. Denver weren't paying the running back because of the Peyton Manning year. New England again, don't pay running back. Philadelphia, I think Jay Ajayi was running the football. New England again, don't pay the running backs. Kansas City, the revolving door of them. I think that was like Damian. No, I don't know who that. Williams something. Tampa Bay, Leonard Fournette was not a huge contract. Very small, team friendly, incentive laden. Okay, how about the Rams? Cam Akers, they did not pay him. He was on their rookie deal.
Yeah.
And finally, the Chiefs again. Again, another revolving doors, another 7th round player.
Pacheco.
Yeah, 7th round running back. Like, there is no precedent to say that paying your running back one out of the last 10 Super Bowl champions, that was Seattle, and they didn't even end up paying him that much afterwards, contributed to winning.
And then what happened after that one Super Bowl?
Bye, thanks for your services. He was there for a couple more years, but then they ended up, again, not winning anything.
Exactly, they didn't win once they re-signed him.
So then see ya. Like, that's how it works. Like, we know that this league is quarterback and offensive driven. Though you have to pay the quarterback. If you don't have a good quarterback, nothing's going to matter.
And you have to pay your wide receiver one. Generally.
There's no precedent to tell me that I should shell out big guaranteed money for running back if I am looking to win a Super Bowl.
I'd sooner pay a tackle.
100% I'd pay a left tackle first. 100%.
I'd pay a center first. You're telling me you wouldn't pay a Jason Kelsey? Or
that one's close,
Marquise
but
Pouncey?
I would probably pay a center first, yes. Tight end.
I think there are way more value. I'd pay a tight end first, too.
Travis. What about
Gronk.
guard? A guard. I'd go ahead and pay a running back first.
I'd take a running back over a guard, but I think the positions, quarterback, wide receiver, especially one, wide receiver one, tackle,
Center.
tight end.
I'd probably go tight end, then center.
And
Doesn't
then
matter.
I would say...
Then running back, then guard.
Yeah, but then there's also defensive positions that I'd go
I'm talking on
over
offense.
Okay, yeah.
On offense.
Yeah.
Okay, whole team here. Quarterback.
Edge rusher.
Wide receiver one. Left tackle. DB.
Center.
Tight end. Guard.
Running back.
Linebacker. Or sorry, safety. Linebacker. Running back.
So you'd take 10 positions over the running back.
I'd probably put him above linebackers and safeties, actually.
I mean, we've seen how easy it is to just go get a dude that's quick.
Oh, it's actually okay. I'm actually let's get a formulated opinion here.
Hell, the Steelers paid Le'Veon Bell, and that didn't work out.
I'm going quarterback. I'm actually gonna go left tackle first, and then I'm gonna go edge rusher, wide receiver one, DB. Then I'll go tight end, center, running back. So that would be the 8th position I'd pay, and then I would go linebacker. Or I'd go safety, then linebacker.
Yeah.
Am I crazy?
No. I mean, like...
Did I have guard in there? I put guard somewhere in the last 3. So
yeah. I mean, look, it's just... It's the reality of the league. I know it sucks for the running backs, but like at the same time, making $10 million a year is not a bad... That's not a bad gig.
It's an open market. You get paid what a team... You're worth what a team is willing to pay you. Fair or not, that's the reality of the situation. That's the CBA that you signed.
Yeah.
Like, that's the situation.
Sorry.
Sucks to suck. Sorry. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. That's pretty much it.